Thank you very much, Tim Scott, as our post-game report continues here. And tough loss here tonight for the Newport Gulls. Now joined for a front office report, joined by Newport Gulls General Manager Chuck Paver. Chuck, tough loss here as the Gulls will put this behind them on the road tomorrow.
Yeah, pretty tough loss for the Gulls tonight, but it's just one game, Nick. I don't worry about this kind of stuff. I know what this team's capable of doing, and it's just one of those games, and it happened tonight. Maybe it's good for us, and, coming into this game, I think we were ranked #1 in the country. They were ranked 2, and but they put it on us today, and we got them tomorrow. And it's a long season, Nick. I've seen these things happen many times, and it's not the end.
Of course, PG Crosschecker recently ranking today the Newport Gulls #1 team in the country for collegiate summer ball. We've been following the rankings the last couple of weeks, moving up in the top 20 and then into the top 10, #5 spot last week, and now #1, right ahead of Keene.
Yeah, well, they're playing great baseball. We've seen them. They're they've been awfully good offensively, and I just think they're going to be fine. This is just one game. We don't worry about stuff like this, Nick.
Of course, the Gulls All-Star team was announced today. Newport sending 8 All-Stars, not including Newport Gulls manager Mike Coombs, to Vermont next Sunday. And we haven't heard yet who will be in the skills competition, but we can certainly talk about tomorrow's starter versus Keene. Daniel Wright, who's already 5-0 this season, looking for a 6th win on the road tomorrow, and will be the All-Star starting pitcher.
Outstanding. I'm happy for him. He's earned it, and just continue to do what he's doing for us, and I'm sure he'll do well in the All-Star game. He'll do well tomorrow.
And another bright spot here tonight, despite Newport's tough loss versus Keene. Yale Rosen hit his 11th home run of the season, as tied Chris Dominguez's 2006 11 home run mark for the team record.
Yeah, Yale's been doing very well, of course, but the season's not over yet. He's a focused young man, and he's going to continue to do well.
Of course, Rosen will be representing for the Gulls as an All-Star starter, along with Jeff Melillo, Karna Canary, and Casey Kaufman as well. And Newport will also be sending a couple of reserves up to the All-Star game on Sunday, including Mitch Horacek and another pitcher as well.
Pete Kelledge.
Pete Kelledge, who's been an outstanding reliever this season for Newport.
Outstanding. Again, Nick, we got a very talented group of kids. They'll go up there and represent the Gulls well, and it's a long season. And we don't get concerned about one game. I don't know if you remember, Nick, back in '05. I think Keene came in here and put a spanking on us, and we actually came back at the end there. But, this is just one game. This team will just figure it out, and we'll be fine.
So the Newport Gulls, again, happy to have those 8 guys going up to the All-Star game on Sunday. But this is the start of a long stretch here for Newport, a very important stretch, as the Bay Sox still chasing them 3 games back now with their win here tonight in the NECBL Eastern Division. They'll play 6 straight games up to the All-Star game. It's going to be a long stretch, make that long trip for those 8 players at least up to Vermont on Sunday. They'll have an off day Monday, granted, but then they'll be right back to Vermont again on Tuesday. So it's going to be a tough couple of weeks still to come.
Yeah, Nick, we know this time of the year. This is when things get really heated up. You got to just get your machine running well, and this machine's fine. We don't get worried about this kind of stuff, Nick. The key is playing well going into the playoffs. How many years have you seen us go into a playoff, winning 13 in a row or 12 in a row, and get knocked out in the first round or second round? It really doesn't matter until the end, so we'll just keep plugging along.
Finally, Chuck, a couple of special nights coming up. A special night here today, Rhode Island National Guard night, but the Gulls baseball night. We're all looking forward to that and seeing if they could see some shaved heads from some players and coaches.
On Friday night, very special, very meaningful. I'm happy that it's going to come together, and it's going to be a very meaningful night. It's going to be our tearjerker.
Newport Gulls General Manager Chuck Paver, thanks for joining us here post-game for the Front Office Report, and we'll wish the Gulls good luck on the road tomorrow at Keene.
Thank you very much, Nick.
Thanks, Chuck. We'll be back in a moment to wrap things up next here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.